So the NFL draft is tonight. So one more time, let's just have a little bit of fun. 7-round mock draft. Going into it knowing what free agency held for the Vikings was a great free agency. Our goal needs to be, one, to better this team for the young quarterback who's about to lead it. So with that in mind, and only 4 picks, we enter the NFL draft. I'm going to pause it for one moment just to hit a proposed trade. Doesn't matter who. This is to bring up what the Vikings have. A first, second, third, fourth, 7, 7, 7 in next year's. Just wanted to bring that up going forward. Resuming the draft. And keeping in mind that your goal is to, one, better your team for your new starting quarterback. Secondly, improve your team's toughness in the trenches. As we approach the 24th pick, here we go. We got 3 trade offers. The Eagles offer looks a little bit more enticing because you get that 64 in there. I'm going to accept the Eagles offer because it gets us that 64. Getting that 64 to me is the deal. That is the deal. We're going to reject both those. So that brings us up. Who are we going to pick? We got Kenneth Grant, Talik Williams. I mean, that's really kind of where I'm at, is that we're going to be picking one of those 2 players here. Kenneth Grant or Talik Williams. High level, size, burst, power. With size, lower body strength, demands significant attention for proposing offensive lines on a snap-to-snap basis, particularly in the run game. Is one of the most expensive DT prospects over 300 pounds to enter the NFL draft. He fits into a rare category. Okay, how about Tyleek? He's an exciting defense who possesses the kind of raw athleticism and physical tools that would get NFL decision makers excited. He's a highly disruptive defensive player. Williams makes a ton of plays late in the down, never stops working even when the initial rush is stymied. Or Trayvon Henderson. We've got a heck of a choice. Trey Almos. With this pick, with the 32nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. Trenches. That's your big thing. Yeah, I wanted the guard. But I think we're going to be able to find our guard here very shortly, especially with that 64th pick. Just seeing how the board is falling right now. Let's go back to it. $66 for 64. I'm going to take that because it really improves our draft position on the 187. And we're just going to reject that. Okay. Ooh. Quentin just lands right at us, doesn't he? Second best of the 2 on our board. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody's got their board. But who else do we got here? Jared Wilson. Don't worry, we're going to take the running back. I'm just looking. Scadaboo's down there at 92. But we're going to take Quinshon Judkins with the 66th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. And as we approach the 96th pick, let's see who we can find here. We've already got. We came in with 4. We're going to go out with at least 5 picks. Still looking to solidify that interior offense. We're just going to hide that. Miles Frazier, LSU. Experience across multiple positions. Gotta like that. There's my guy, Zy Alexander. You know what? I am not going to miss that opportunity. I like Miles Frazier, but I think we can find a guard easier than we could find a good corner. So at the 96th pick in the NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings will select cornerback Zy Alexander, Louisiana State University. Because we can always use corner help, and I like Zy Alexander. I was able to actually catch a few LSU games this year. Very good corner, very physical, size, speed. Is definitely someone who will be an asset to Flo. And B-Flow is my guy. Man crush, B-Flow. Not ashamed. So we're coming up on 133, and this will be our final pick. But we're able to change a couple of those picks into higher level picks. So we still haven't gotten any offensive guard depth. This is something we need. We definitely want to. Josh Gray. Like I said, I saw a couple of LSU games. He's a natural left guard. We need a left guard. I've seen enough LSU games to know that he can at least play the position. So with the 133rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings will select Garrett Dellinger, offensive guard, Louisiana State University. So we've got one more choice. Yep, somebody would have taken him. The Eagles would have probably taken him, so I'm glad I made that choice when I did. So right now I'm looking BPA. I'm legit looking BPA. And one of the things I'm thinking, we need a slot receiver with reliable hands. Let's go back to BPA. Josh Farmer. Well, you know what? Best player available is a position of want and need. So, with the 139th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select from Florida State, Joshua Farmer, defensive tackle. The Vikings got big. We got a running back, we got a corner, and we got big. I need a team that's willing to smash other teams in the mouth. You saw the Super Bowl. That's what the Eagles did. That's what Kansas City tried to do, but the Eagles punched them harder. I really would like to see the Minnesota Vikings adopt that same mentality. I think that was their goal in free agency. You could see it moving forward with their selection of their free agent signings of Fry and Kelly, and with Mason coming over from the 49ers. More of a smash mouth in between the tackles kind of running. So my hope that throughout this mock, and it was fun, I enjoyed mocking it, I want Gray Zabel. I'd like the Vikings to get a hold of Gray Zabel with the 24th pick. If they're able to trade down a couple and keep that option, I would do that. My hope is to get Gray Zabel to have the best offensive line probably in football. Probably in football if it stays healthy. And then you have Mason, Jones, and probably a running back also taken in this draft. Try and stop it. Try and stop it. Good luck. It'd be tough. But I just wanted to do one more draft. That's what I came up with. It's still going. We can just pause it, whatever. This is what I had. I hope the Vikings do better than me. But what I do hope is that the Vikings get bigger and tougher and run it down their throat kind of mentality. With that, I thank you. We'll see how it unfolds tonight, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.